Hey guys, welcome back to the Clarity Room podcast. So, today's episode is episode 8, and I am just sitting here on a summer day, and I've got my drink here with me to keep me refreshed. Some ASMR for you guys. Shout out to my friend Misha if you're watching this, she loves ASMR. Anyways, welcome back to the Clarity Room podcast. So, for today's episode, it is all about the glow up mindset and becoming who you said you would be this year in 2025. So, obviously, we are nearly wrapping up the year, and basically, I just want to quickly reflect on everything that's happened in terms of our mindset and how I've glowed up this year. So, let's get started. Welcome to the Clarity Room podcast, the space for real talk, mindset shifts, and digital business growth. I'm your host, Aline Claire, an entrepreneur and a digital mentor, and I'm currently navigating the ups and downs of being in my 20s. I'm also currently building an online business and trying to build my dream life on my own terms. This is a safe space to build clarity in your life, grow your confidence, and take action towards your dreams. And hey, it's not always formal and serious. You'll also find some fun and lighthearted episodes along the way. So let's dive in. So basically in this episode, I want to talk about becoming who you said you would be this year. And if you have watched the past episodes in this podcast, you have seen my vision board, which is behind me. I have basically been sticking with it through the entire year, and looking back at it, I made it as my wallpaper on my phone and my laptop, and halfway through the year I did eventually print it out because I love seeing it every day where I work. So this is your sign to start looking at what you want on your vision board for 2026. On my vision board this year, I basically put a lot about traveling, and I did quite a bit of it, but also there were so many things in there that I haven't quite done yet, and hopefully I will end up doing next year or end of next year, but if not, the following 2 years that is to come. I also put on my vision board that I wanted to work on my online business more, go to more networking events, but also meet new people and obviously improve my communication that comes along with this. And of course, I wanted to work on my mindset. And in saying this, I wanted to read more books, if not listen to more audiobooks, and of course, listen to more podcasts, which I've actually done. I have opened my mind and I have listened to way more creators, way more motivational speakers this year. And I was actually so excited to listen to Rob Dial and Jay Shetty, who are two of my favorite podcasters. I was grateful enough to be able to listen to them live in San Diego, California this year. So that is one of my highlights from 2025. I also wanted to focus on my faith more, do more devotions, and read the Bible more. And this is something that I am still working on, but I've definitely improved this year compared to last and the year before. And of course, I wanted to invest in myself. This means learning how to take care of my skin more and also learning how to do my makeup better because it is something that I can improve in more. Before I started the year, I wanted to invest into a camera, which is the camera that you're watching me from if you're watching this on YouTube. And I wanted to use it to create more vlogs for myself and also create a podcast. And that is why I am here right now. It's not just all about the physical looks, but it's also about internally and the mindset that you have. So last year I started my mindset journey, and I feel like this year I have grown so much. So this glow up era that I'm talking about isn't just what you see in physical, but it's also about how you feel about yourself in general. Glowing up isn't about just looking cute and looking amazing on Instagram. It's also becoming the person that you said you would be. So before the year wraps up, I want you to just reflect and look back on what's happened this year and see what you want to do and what you can improve on for next year. Remember the goals and everything that you put on your vision board at the start of January. Are you actually doing anything right now to work towards it? Trust me, I am no way perfect. in any way, shape, or form. I have so many things that I'm still working on, like my gym routine and going to Pilates, consistently. But of course, this is where we are able to grow and improve ourselves. And no one is perfect and no one has a perfect life. And we all just see each other's highlight reels on social media and on Instagram. So don't ever compare yourself to like an influencer or anyone else in the online space. Of course, you can take inspiration from people that you look up to, but at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, are you really working towards the things that you want to achieve? Or are they still stuck on a board on Pinterest? This is one of the reasons why I decided to make a collage of my vision board every single year and why I printed mine out and framed it this year. I might print out the pictures I want individually and then rearrange it just for next year that sounds because doing it physically rather than on a digital board sounds more satisfying. I know most of the time we're literally just selecting cute and aesthetic pictures on Pinterest, but you really have to make sure that it aligns with the life that you want and the person that you want to become. So most of the time I look up aesthetic business outfits because I want to be able to elevate my style, which I think I've definitely improved on my style this year, but I want to improve it even more next year. I want to have a clean and more simple but yet sophisticated look when it comes to going to business and networking conventions, as well as looking more mature because I am less than 5 foot and sometimes people still look at me like I'm 16. You really have to look at these aesthetic pictures and make sure that you turn them into action. I have also saved a bunch of like gorgeous girls on Pinterest because of their makeup looks and their hairstyles, and I've been wanting to put more effort into getting ready. So I've improved my skincare this year. I think I've improved on how to put on my own makeup and also what I do with my hair instead of just having it fully down. Truth is, life is too short not to romanticize your life because this really helps when you are grateful and you're romanticizing it and you're able to enjoy every single day more when you do this. Creating a vision board every single year, especially at the start of the new year, is actually very powerful because you're not just visualizing it, but you're also using it as inspiration to work towards what you want to do and what you want to become. Girl, I'm stuttering a lot in this episode, and I don't know why. If you are in your early 20s like me, this is definitely the time to set this foundation and start building a life that you want now. It definitely matters now more than ever because you're able to navigate your way through your 20s and create clarity through it while you're figuring things out on your own. Something that I've also learned this year about glowing up is actually to invest in yourself. So this is not just physical looks, but also internally and in your mindset. Self-investments can also mean, yes, shopping sprees, treating yourself, and also going on nights out when you've been working hard. But it can also mean learning a new skill or learning a side hustle or even starting a business. Investing in yourself can also mean creating new habits and using journals to track this because you're able to improve and see what you used to do and change to how you want to be better. If you do track your habits, you're able to look at your progress and improve from where you were before because at the end of the day, you're only competing against your old self and not anyone else. If you level up your skills, then you're also leveling up in life. You also need to create boundaries when it comes to investing in yourself because you can't just say everything is investing in yourself. Of course, if you get new skincare and you spend $200 just like I did a month ago, then obviously this is something that's good for you physically, good for your face, but also you have to make sure that you use it and not just waste your money or waste the products. I really hope that you guys can't hear that beeping in the background because I don't know what it is. Another thing in your physical glow up is really working on your body and moving it every single day. So I do have a goal to do 10K steps a day, but of course I don't always achieve this. As a night shift worker, it is very hard for me to do a lot of exercise because half the time I am so sleepy and I can't even keep up. But After work, I normally have 6 to 7,000 steps, and if I go on a 30-minute walk to a 45-minute walk, then this can boost it up to 10K. And of course, since summer is here now, hopefully I'm able to get back into my gym routine and Pilates routine as well. You really have to change your mindset from thinking, I have to do this, into I get to do this. Be grateful of the able and healthy body that you have, because there's someone in a hospital bed wishing for the body that you have at the moment. So don't take it for granted. I personally love going for walks alone, and I love going on a nature walk, and this allows me to wind down and really focus on what I want to do for the day. When I go for walks, I listen to my favorite podcasts. I actually listen to audiobooks as well, and I try not to listen to music because there's other things that I could listen on to improve my mindset. Listening to podcasts is actually where I learned all the things mindset, all the things psychology, and how our brain is wired, and it is actually really interesting. So I definitely recommend. For me, a lot of the things that come with the physical glow up part, like fitness, working on my makeup, and working on my skincare, definitely comes with confidence after I have done it and I've taken the time to work on myself and improve it. Most of the time, we think we want to show up when we are confident, but that's not going to come in until we actually show up and do the work. Like, for example, when you go to the gym, some people don't want to go to the gym until they feel like they're fit, until they feel like they have a toned body. But obviously, how are you going to get this if you don't show up and put in the reps? Of course, the other part of it is mindset and having a mental glow up. This can mean doing more daily affirmations in the morning, journaling more, or even going to therapy. Obviously, when you are in your 20s, it can become so overwhelming because you're trying to work on yourself, but at the same time, you might have a 9 to 5. You're trying to work on your eating, your fitness, and also having a social life. There's so much uncertainty that comes with your career and even the relationships that you have with the people that you surround yourself with. So at the end of the day, you really have to work on having a growth mindset so it can help you with the setbacks that you get in life. Obviously, when I made my vision board for this year, I didn't think of the challenges and lessons that I would get. I went through a whole season where I was feeling really alone and isolated since I do work night shifts, and it's so hard for me to match my schedule with my friends. But at the same time, you really have to be intentional with your time, your energy, and the people that you surround yourself with. Things don't always go according to plan, but at the same time, there's nothing wrong with shooting for the stars. Another section that I want to talk about in terms of glow up is also having a financial glow up. Of course, this year my business wasn't as booming as last year, and I say that with all honesty and transparency, but of course I'm still showing up and I'm still moving. There were so many barriers and setbacks this year, but in terms of mindset and in terms of the growth that I had within myself in this business, I have learned so much from attending 2 different events with our online business community and 1 other business event here in New Zealand. You really need to learn how to invest, save, and even start investing into a side hustle or a business, because a lot of the financial things that I've read and also listened to online, most of the time they do advise us to start early, and this means while we are young in our early 20s. Most of us youngins and in the Gen Z are always splurging on a night out. Like, people can easily spend $500 to $1,000 of alcohol in a month, if not less than that. But you really have to think about investing into something that will grow in the future and something that can actually help you out in the long-term run. Of course, you can treat yourself and you can have a fun time, but for me, like, I would only celebrate if I have something to celebrate for, but you do you, and I'm not judging. Another glow up I think I had this year was taking action and accountability, because it really takes effort to take accountability of the things that you do and the things that you say. You need to stop waiting for the perfect moment and just do it if you feel called to do something. In terms of reaching your big goals, you also need to break them down into tiny little wins, so this is something that you can work on daily, weekly, and monthly. and eventually you will reach your big goal. Some personal examples that I can share with you guys is being consistent with this podcast. So obviously I missed last week's post. I did have a podcast ready, but I just got busy with the business event that we had for my online business. But of course, I've been posting consistently for my digital marketing page as well, and also just building this business momentum in general. You really have to emphasize accountability within yourself because no one is going to do the work for you. And if you run out of motivation, you have to be able to push yourself to keep going even if you want to quit. You can rest and you can slow down, but don't quit because you're never going to achieve it if you quit. You need to write down your goals, create a vision board, but also learn how to check in within yourself. In our online business community, we have accountability partners and business partners that you can meet from all over the world. You need to learn how to check in within yourself, but also connect with other people who might be going through the same things as you. There's no shame in feeling like you're behind or you're stuck because there's definitely someone out there who's feeling the exact same way as you. If you are listening to this, I want you to reflect on 2025, what you have done this year in terms of moving towards your goals and moving towards the life that you want that has been on your vision board this year. To wrap up this episode, I basically want to go into making it relatable and making it realistic, because obviously anyone can make an aesthetic vision board, but at the end of the day, you have to tailor it to your life and what you are currently dealing with. Like, I do night shifts, and even though there are goals and things I want to achieve, I have to be realistic and have to plan it around my career. If you're trying to juggle having a career and also focusing yourself and having a social life, you have to take these into account when you make goals and when you make your vision board. Even though I say reach for the stars, you really have to set realistic expectations so you don't get disappointed when you don't meet them. And also, this can actually help with creating that dopamine effect every time you hit little milestones and hit your little goals that work towards your big goals, because you're actually able to celebrate yourself in this way. At the end of the day, you have to stick to yourself and stick to your life, and don't ever compare yourself to others, like I keep saying, because you don't know what they're going through. You might see other people that are traveling and living their life, but you don't know that they are in debt or that they borrowed that money. You don't know the things that they have gone through in order to get to the life that they have at the moment, and vice versa. Focus on yourself, stick to your own lane, and really work on yourself instead of trying to judge others. Even if you feel behind, it's never too late to start glowing and start working on yourself. Start now and your future self will definitely thank you. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. This is the Clarity Room podcast, and I'm your host, Aline Claire. If you want to watch the full video of these episodes, make sure to follow my YouTube channel, The Clarity Room Podcast. And if you want to learn a little bit more about my online business and how you can start your own side hustle using social media, then my socials will be in the show notes below. Connect with me if you want to learn more, otherwise I will see you guys in my next episode. Bye guys, have a good day. And remember that nothing changes if nothing changes.